Bro, if I could go back and tell my 25-year-old self one thing, it would be this. You're not broken. You're not lazy. And you don't lack willpower. I used to beat myself up constantly because I'd start new things and then never finish them. Morning routines that only lasted 2 weeks. Gym memberships that I only used 3 times. And business ideas that I'd get excited about, I'd start it, abandon it after the first challenge. I thought there was something wrong with me. Like successful people had some secret that I just couldn't access or just didn't know about. It turns out I was just fighting a war that I didn't even know existed. And here's what I wish someone had told me back then. Your brain thinks its job is to keep you safe. And to your brain, safe means exactly where you are right now. So when you try to change, when you try to become this new version of yourself, your brain freaks the fuck out. It's like, whoa, bro, chill, we don't do that. We're not that guy. Get back to what we know. Bro, I spent years thinking I was weak because I couldn't stick to anything. But it wasn't weakness. It was just my brain doing its job too well. This identity conflict thing, it's why you keep starting and stopping. Your brain will literally sabotage anything that doesn't match who it thinks you are. And I wish I'd understood this sooner. And it would have saved me years of thinking I was just not cut out for success. Could have saved so much time, bro. And looking back, I was all 3 of these type of guys at different points. And you'll probably recognize yourself in a few of these. Firstly, there was the perfectionist. That was me at 23. I'd spend weeks planning the perfect routine, the perfect business plan, the perfect everything. And then when real life hit and it got messy, I'd throw in the towel, I'd quit. Because in my head, I was someone who does things right, and messy felt like failure. And secondly, you've got the all or nothing guy. It's probably me at 26. Monday morning, I'd wake up, decided to change everything, change the whole world. 5 a.m. wake ups, gym, perfect diet, work on business, meditate, read. By Thursday, I was burnt out and back to my old habits. My brain was like, bro, this isn't us. We don't do all of this. And thirdly, you've got the excuse expert. And this is me most of my 20s. I had a reason for everything. Work was too busy. I was too tired. The timing just wasn't right. Looking back, my identity was, I'm the guy who has good reasons for not following through. And my brain kept feeding me these reasons. Which one sounds like you? Because I promise, there's nothing wrong with any of them. Your brain is just doing what it thinks it knows best. But here's what changed everything for me. I was trying to change my actions without changing who I thought I was. Like when I decided to start running, I bought all the gear, made all the plans, got all excited, basically in that honeymoon phase. But deep down, I still saw myself as the guy who sits on the couch. So when it was cold, when I was tired, when life got busy, my brain went, see, this proves we're not runners. Let's get back to what we know. And it wasn't until I started seeing myself as someone who runs that everything clicked. Then missing a day wasn't quitting. It was just a bad day. I'd get back out there because that's who I became. That's who I was. If I could tell my younger self anything, if it was here right now, it would be this. You don't need more discipline. You need to change who you think you are. Here's a system I wish someone had taught me at 25. Start embarrassingly small. I'm talking stupidly small, bro. Don't try to go out and run 5Ks off the bat. Just run 500 meters. That's what I started with. Then try to work out for an hour. Do 10 push-ups. Don't try to wake up at 5 a.m. Just wake up 10 minutes earlier than the time you're waking up now. You see, your brain can't argue with something that small. It's too tiny to set off the alarm bells. Every small action is proof that every time you do something, do the tiny thing, you're proving to your brain who you're becoming. So look at it this way. 10 push-ups means I'm someone who works out. Running 500 meters means I'm a runner. And then waking up 10 minutes early means I'm someone who controls my mornings. You're not trying to transform overnight. You're just trying to prove to yourself that you're the type of guy who follows through. More importantly, stack like your life depends on it. But slowly, once a small thing feels automatic, once it's just what you do, then you could add more. But not before, bro. Most guys try to change everything at once, and that's why they crash. Your brain needs time to update its idea of who you are, so be patient with the process. If I could sit down with my 25-year-old self, right here, I'd say, for the next 30 days, bro, pick one tiny thing, make it so small, you'd feel ridiculous not doing it. And do it every single day. Not for the results, but for the identity. Because you're not trying to become a different person in 30 days. You're just trying to prove to your brain that you're the type of guy who does what he says he'll do. And then once your brain accepts that, everything else just becomes easier. You won't have to drag yourself to the gym. You'll go because that's who you are. You won't have to force yourself to work on your goals. You'll just work because that's what you do. And look, if you're tired of the start-stop cycle and you want someone who's been exactly where you are to help figure this all out, I do free 30-minute calls where we map out your specific situation. Just two guys, just figuring out what's really keeping you stuck. Links in the description. If it sounds helpful, book it in. But look, bro, I spent my entire 20s thinking I was broken. Thinking successful people had something I didn't have. But the truth? I just didn't understand how my own brain worked. The moment I stopped trying to force myself to be different and started proving to myself who I was becoming, everything changed. I'm not sharing this as some guru who's got it all figured out. I'm just sharing this as a guy who wished someone had told him this stuff 10 years ago. Because bro, you're not lazy. You're not broken. You just need to work with your brain instead of against it. Start small. Be patient. Prove to yourself who you're becoming. Start with this. What's the one tiny thing you're going to start with? I'm genuinely curious. Drop it in the comments. And if you want to dig deeper into this stuff, if you're ready to stop making the same mistakes I made for years, grab a free call with me. We'll figure out exactly what's keeping you stuck and build a plan that actually works for your brain. Links in the description. And look, if this helped you out, maybe it'll help someone too. So share it with a bro who needs to hear this. I'll catch you guys in the next one.